WAEC INFOBOX is brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with Awuah and supported by ULesson.
WAEC INFOBOX.
It is time for another episode of WAEC INFOBOX, the most authoritative television program on education and examinations in Nigeria and West Africa in general. I am Rhoda Murakinyo. Let me start with this. Education gives us an understanding of the world around us and offers us an opportunity to use that knowledge wisely. In this episode, we feature another academic champion, other regular segments, powerful tips on how to prepare and sit for examinations, plus parting words from a recently retired senior officer of WAEC Nigeria. The news and innovations follow shortly after this commercial break. Stay with us.
I'm in SS3. I'm about to write my senior WAEC. I'm trying to do better than what I did in my junior.
When it's time to write an exam that's based off of everything you've learned and you realize that you don't know enough, it's pretty scary.
Before ULesson, I wasn't studying too effectively. Thanks to my amazing dad. When he found out about ULesson, we decided to just give it a try.
So I downloaded the app and I found myself really understanding.
I was able to depend on them to teach me, explain stuff to me so I would understand it easier.
There is an app that can help you every day, whenever you need it, and it's really good at what it does.
ULesson for exam champions. Download now on Google Play Store and subscribe.
Help in the Mirror is an initiative endorsed by the West African Examinations Council to assist indigent students from every by the West African Examinations Council recognized public secondary schools across Nigeria register for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Sadly, a large number of students with the capacity to excel in the exams miss out on the opportunity to write their final examination due to financial difficulties. With your donations, we can cover the cost of registering for this examination for 100,000 young students every year and set them on the path to greater opportunities. You are a corporate body, a philanthropic individual, or simply someone who want to help the poor. Join us in helping 100,000 indigent students get registered for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates every year. You can make a donation right now from anywhere in Nigeria and the world by logging into the Help in the Mirror website, www.helpinthemirror.com, or call 08095297606 to receive your donation. You can direct your donation to any school of your choice nationwide. Help in the Mirror, possible with your donation.
Are you looking for a world-class aptitude testing service in Nigeria? Here we are. The West African Examinations Council delivers reliable and standardized computer and paper-based aptitude testing service for recruitment, promotion, entrance, guidance and scholarship needs. Our services are a breath of fresh air in a highly competitive business environment. For inquiries, please call 080-2310-3924, 080-3414-9549, or send an email to aptitudetestdepartment@waec.org.ng. The integrity of our aptitude test services is unbeatable.
This week on the news, WAEC expresses concern about the level of compliance on continuous assessment by schools. The head of National Office WAEC Nigeria, Mr. Patrick Aregan, has appealed to all the school principals and proprietors to keep to the stipulated timelines for the enrollment of candidates for the examination. According to him, it is important to re-emphasize the role of continuous assessment scores in the computation of candidates' results. All schools are advised to get this aspect of the registration process right in order to make the entry process seamless.
Right from 2018, submit the continuous assessment scores of your students. But as I'm speaking with you now, from 2018 till now, some schools are still fighting to submit their CAS. Many schools are guilty. they are breaching the rule of no enrollment of external candidates. What makes it difficult for you to churn out the cast of your students in SS1, in SS2, and then SS3? What makes it difficult? Are the records not there? But when you wait to go and hunt for candidates, that is when you delay. So you have a situation whereby students are in school, taught from GS1 to GS3, from SS1 to SS3 before being presented for the WAEC for school candidates. But in the private candidates examination, they are on their own. Those who did not make it when they wrote their school cert, and those who never went to school at all of them write this examination. So you can see why the performance is low.
196 principals and vice principals trained for role in Lagos. 100 vice principals elevated to principals and 96 teachers, now vice principals, have undergone training to play their roles effectively. The training, organized by the Lagos State Teaching Service Commission (TESCAM) at the Astro Hall Ikeja, exposed the teachers to school leadership and organizational skills. Mrs. Arios said the induction and training for the principals, the second by the commission since it was introduced in 2019, would be a continuous exercise for new principals and vice principals. The permanent secretary, TESCAM, Mrs. Toyin Machado Ononuga, said the two-day training will equip the school managers with the skills to influence change. We prefer WAEC penalty fees, says principal. Maintaining a high standard usually comes with an equally high price tag. However, principal of Deeper Life High School Nteje in Oyi local government area of Anambra State, Mr. Sunday Okoro, says the school does not mind paying the price to achieve excellence and maintain its standard. Speaking at a briefing, Okoro said the 11-year-old school could go any length to ensure its students excel in their studies, including paying the low candidature penalty charged by the West African Examinations Council when schools are unable to provide the required minimum number of students for its examinations. Even if it is only 6 students we have in GS1, we take that number to SS3. We do not even mind if they drop to 2 students. We are ready to pay the fine to WAEC for not producing up to 25 students, instead of compromising standards by merging them with students from another school. Governor Ugwuanyi rewards National Maths Queen. Enugu State Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi has rewarded the winner of the 2020 edition of the Sustainable Development Goals Mathematics Competition for Girls, Ms. Chinwe Onodagu, with an undisclosed monetary prize. The governor equally announced that his administration will pay the girls' school fees till she graduates from secondary school. Chinwe is an SS1 pupil of the Federal Government Girls College, Leja, Nsukka local government area of Enugu State, and hails from Aku in Igbo Etiti, local government of the state. She was crowned the Nigerian Mathematics Queen 2020 in March 2021 in Abuja, after emerging the overall best student in the mathematics competition among Nigerian girl students.
Viewers, my name is Yusuf Ari, Director of Administration, WAEC Nigeria. WAEC INFOBOX is a rich, enlightening television program. Keep watching WAEC INFOBOX.
The executive producer of WAEC INFOBOX, Mr. Theophilus Akatuba, recently had a chat with former Director of Finance, who recently retired and had these very salient words for staff and other WAEC stakeholders.
Well, to God be the glory. For 35 years now. I'll be retiring statutorily. Well, as we all know, WAEC is a very great institution. I joined as a very junior staff, and by the grace of the Almighty God, I've been able to move through the ranks. I'm now a Director of Finance, and I'm retiring as a Director of Finance. To God be the glory. I want to believe that the opportunity is there in WAEC for any hardworking person to grow and to realize their dreams. Well, the advice I will give is that, first of all, you must be doggedly determined. And so, with hard work, then the Almighty will always help. To my colleagues, I want them to carry on with the good name that WAEC is known for. So in the sub-region, WAEC is the only surviving regional organization, and it is because of the hard work of those people that are in the organization, because of the good leadership that we've always had right from the beginning. Well, I'm going to retire peacefully, and then I will enjoy myself.
You want to enjoy yourself?
After retirement, I want to wait till that time to now see what it will not be out of it if I go into professional practice.
I'm necessary. I'm about to write my senior WAEC. I'm trying to do better than what I did in my junior.
When it's time to write an exam that's based off of everything you've learned and you realize that you don't know enough, it's pretty scary.
Before you listen, I wasn't studying so effectively. Thanks to my amazing dad. When he found out about you lesson, we decided to just give it a try.
So I downloaded the app and I found myself really understanding.
I was able to depend on them to teach me, explain stuff to me so I would understand it easier.
There is an app that can help you every day, whenever you need it, and it's really good at what it does.
You Lesson for exam champions. Download now on Google Play Store and subscribe.
Help in the Mirror is an initiative endorsed by the West African Examinations Council to assist indigent students from by the West African Examinations Council recognized public secondary schools across Nigeria register for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Sadly, a large number of students with the capacity to excel in the exams miss out on the opportunity to write their final examination due to financial difficulties. With your donations, we can cover the cost of registering for this examination for 100,000 young students every year and set them on the path to greater opportunities. Are you a corporate body, a philanthropic individual, or simply someone who want to help the poor? Join us in helping 100,000 indigent students get registered for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates every year. You can make a donation right now from anywhere in Nigeria and the world by logging into the Help in the Mirror website, www.helpinthemirror.com, or call 080952976606 to receive your donation. You can direct your donation to any school of your choice nationwide. Help in the Mirror, possible with your donation.
That kind of honor is not something you think that you would be able to achieve, but with God, all things are possible. So I was very excited that such an honor could be given unto me by the Most High. People might say that it's part of who you are or people are born smart, but that's not always the case. That's not the case as I saw it. I had to put in more effort, dedicate more time, get closer, get stronger, build myself spiritually, but focus firmly on my academics. I had to streamline myself and set certain goals for myself. And I'm grateful that I could achieve such. My parents played, as funny as it might sound, my parents played a very pivotal role in my road to success. They even brought several lesson teachers to my aid, and that was good. But when I entered secondary school, there's this promise they made to me. They said, now that this is the beginning of a new chapter in my life, if I can compete amongst the best, that's top 3, they'll buy me, at that time, it was a PSP. So yes, I said, wow, so they'll buy me a PSP just for coming top 3. So I had to work. And eventually I got it, and they fulfilled their promise, their obligation. So it now strengthened my confidence in them and my confidence in myself as well. They kept on making promises to me, and if I accomplished certain goals, they'd reward me accordingly, and it actually made me stronger, made me better academically.
To him, we're not really intended for any other thing. It was just like a play. It was like a play. You see, some of these things you play with them, but whatever you say, you mean it. The motivation, you mean it. For us as parents, like a man who is working, in your workplace, you must have a role model, people that mentor you, people you look up to. That is our beat. A child studies knowing that you have so much in your head that he aspires to be like you. You first have to be his hero, that first hero. Did you go to school? Does he see that element in you? Apart from that, what surrounds the environment where you are? Because the ambience of the environment also influences. Are there educational stops there? What do they see you engage more in? So, for me, check your child. If he's not doing well, encourage the child. If he requests extra lessons, do pay for it. Because it's better to pay today, the 10 kobo, so that tomorrow will be, than to keep the 10 kobo today and tomorrow lose all. If you believe education is not worthwhile, try ignorance and see how it is.
I wish him well, and I pray God to keep him in good health and sound mind, that he's going to excel and do better.
So right now, my focus is not on beating others, but succeeding and meeting my own expectations for myself. And once I did that, once I changed my mentality to that, I realized the pressure there wasn't actually any pressure. So now I'm relaxed.
WAEC INFOBOX. This is WAEC Socials.
I'm so excited to welcome you to today's episode of WAEC Socials, a segment of the WAEC INFOBOX program where we'll provide answers to some of the questions you sent in to us via our social media handles, like on Twitter at WAEC Nigeria and on Facebook at facebook.com/WAECNG. Today, we'll be providing answers to some of the questions you sent in. Please, we'll be right back. Thank you. I want to believe that you're asking about the certificate collection fee for WASC for private candidates exam. The fee is 5,000 naira. Visit the WAEC office in the state where you start the examination and pay and collect your certificate. Thank you. Yes, the certificate for the WASC for school candidates 2020 has been printed and dispatched to schools. I want to think that you are referring to the WASC for school candidates 2021. The commencement date for the WASC for school candidates 2021 is August 16. It will end on September 30th, 2021. Yes, I am happy to inform you that we have started the process whereby a candidate who sat for an exam in Lagos can collect in Abuja. So you are now in Abuja, but you wrote the exam in Lagos. Kindly visit our office in Abuja and apply for your certificate that you wrote the exam in Lagos and you collect in Abuja. Thank you so much. In the case of a law certificate, a candidate has two options. You either apply for the confirmation of your results at any WAEC office nearest to you, or you apply for attestation of results and you collect in our office that you have applied. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the questions that you sent in. Please do keep them coming. We are here to answer them. Remember, it's on Twitter at WAEC Nigeria and on Facebook at facebook.com/WAECNG.
My name is Assistant Pastor Ishara Oshinupebe. I'm the principal of Redeemers International Secondary School, and I support the campaign against examination malpractices by WAEC. To this end, the school has put a lot of things in place to ensure that we have no examination malpractice at Redeemers International Secondary School. One of our main policies is that any child caught cheating will get a 0 score in that particular examination, be it test or examination, no matter how many marks that particular examination carries. Secondly, we have CCTVs to ensure complete supervision of the examination, and the sitting arrangement follows the standard practices of external examinations and even international examinations as well. We also constantly supervise and counsel the children to know that once they prepare very well for the exam, they will have no issues concerning those examinations. We also go over and beyond to prepare them so that they will not in any way be afraid to face those examinations. And during the examination proper, we insist that all students who are writing the exams must report to school at 8 a.m. the days they are coming for the examinations, to prevent them looking for live questions, even if the exams are in the afternoon. I want to encourage all stakeholders, teachers, parents, that if we want a better Nigeria, we must insist and make sure that these children do the right thing and rely on the work of their hands. Thank you.
WAEC INFOBOX.
There are a lot of tips when reading. When I read something, they always say, read it in a way that you're not trying to forget. Like, I try to read it, I try to think about it as much as possible. I don't know how to put it. It might not make much sense when I explain it, but it could be anything, no matter how small. I'll try to think about it as far as possible so that I remember it for as long as possible. It might not be that easy for most people, but I could just switch on and off, basically.
First of all, you shouldn't start reading when examination is by the corner. You start reading like way before the exam. Not that you not start bombarding yourself with your books like the week before the exam. So like start reading before the exam so that like around exam period you can practice and you can have at least have some level of confidence. Okay, I read this some time ago. Let me just refresh my brain. Then I think you should also have enough sleep, because I've heard of stories of people where they like sleep off in the examination hall because they were trying to read overnight. So you should also like read, yes, but don't also say that okay, because I want to read now, because I not read for a long time, let me read everything now, and then you not have effective sleep.
What I just do to ensure that my study isn't ineffective is that I try to study as much as possible and as consistent as possible, because I can't really stay long. And it's not as if I'm also making myself lazy and just telling myself, okay, you can't stay long, so just do whatever you can. No, I work on myself and try to improve daily. So I know what works for me. I know that for me to really retain stuff, I must understand it. So which is another thing. Work to understand. Sit to yourself down. Say, okay, let us even understand what this course is talking about first. So I have to just get it to my head somehow, and it is just unproductive. And sometimes some people are masters at cramming too, but then what's the essence of studying something and then you can't even reproduce it maybe a few weeks later? Because cramming is just like temporarily loading yourself with information only to unload when the exams are over.
Help in the Mirror is an initiative endorsed by the West African Examinations Council to assist indigent students from every by the West African Examinations Council recognized public secondary schools across Nigeria register for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination. Sadly, a large number of students with the capacity to excel in the exams miss out on the opportunity to write their final examination due to financial difficulties. With your donations, we can cover the cost of registering for this examination for 100,000 young students every year and set them on the path to greater opportunities. You are a corporate body, a philanthropic individual, or simply someone who want to help the poor? Join us in helping 100,000 indigent students get registered for the West African Senior School Certificate Examination for school candidates every year. You can make a donation right now from anywhere in Nigeria and the world by logging into the Help in the Mirror website, www.helpinthemirror.com, or call 080952976606 to receive your donation. You can direct your donation to any school of your choice nationwide. Help in the Mirror, possible with your donation.
West African Examinations Council now opens for public use the WAEC Testing and Training, Awuah, Lagos. Located conspicuously at number 60 Ijayi Road and adjacent Excellence Hotel, Awuah, the state-of-the-art computer-based testing center with a 500-seater fully air-conditioned hall is equipped with the following facilities: 500 functional computer systems, robust computer servers, UPS-enabled systems, adequate and comfortable waiting area for testees, security for access and crowd control, closed-circuit television cameras within and around the complex. With these in place, the WTTC now invite the general public to come and experience an amazing computer-based testing facility. For booking and inquiries, please call the WTTC phone numbers 0814-828-0039, 0811-590-9150, or send an email to wttclagos@waec.org.ng.
May I call on all our stakeholders, friends, and service providers to please sponsor this program and make it available on different television platforms for the benefit of our teaming youth and the development of education in Nigeria generally.
How time flies. Just like that, we have come to the end of another enlightening episode of WAEC INFOBOX. Anthony J. Tangelo said, "Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. So, seek to be educated, get educated." I am Rhoda Murakinyo. Goodbye.
WAEC INFOBOX was brought to you by the West African Examinations Council in partnership with Awuah and supported by ULESSON.